I can't hear you.
Am I audible? স্যার আমি মৌসুমীর ফোনটাতে আনমিউট কর মৌসুমী
ওকে দরকার নেই হেডফোনটা ওকে হেডফোনটা দিয়ে
আরে আমাকে একটু ফোন করতে স্টার্ট করতে দিয়ে করব
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to School of Education, Adams University International Lecture Series 5. And we are welcoming our very renowned resource person, Mr. Volkan Ine, who is an educator, as well as he is also associated with Ulkem Private Secondary School under the consultancy of METU DF Turkey. So, Mr. Ina will be speaking on the networking and collaborative learning in the post-pandemic era. So that is quite a burning topic in today's era, and we find that in the 21st century, it is one of the most important ways, the collaborative learning, the network learning, as well as when we are in the pandemic era, there were a lot of introspections as well as a lot of things which were related with networking and collaborative learning. So with this, I will hand over the podium, rather the e-podium, to Mr. Iner, because he will be the best person as well as our esteemed guest who is basically specializing on networking and collaborative learning in the post-pandemic era. So over to you, sir, and I welcome you. Greetings, School of Education, Adams University, India. I am Dr. Prachita Biswas, Professor and Head of the Department of School of Education, Adams University. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Very much audible.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes. Before starting my conversation, and I would like to say thank you to give me this chance, especially the Adana University and all the responsible people over there. I'm really honored to be here, and I hope that in this 50 minutes talk, I'll try to give information about the networking and the collaborative learning in post-pandemic era. All right, so let me share my screen with you. Then we can start it. Here is it. All right. Can you see my screen? I think yes. Yes. All right. Okay. As I told you, starting this year, my name is Volkan, and thank you very much also for giving the brief information about me. It's all clear. And so today we are going to talk about networking and collaborative learning in the post-pandemic era in this time. All right. So when we talk about like the pandemic mode or the COVID-19, we all, tend to mention most of the time disadvantages and the, the bad effects, bad effects. And but what about here? What can we say? What about advantages of the experiencing such a period? Now, can you type? I would like to ask you a question too. Can you type in any advantage of or any benefits of this experience into the chat box, please? Lots of time to reflect on your life. Lots of social media. I'm waiting. All right. Okay. So, okay. So about it, self-thinking and reflecting. Thank you, sir. Uh, Self-thinking and reflecting is also another ideas. We can say advantages. All right. Okay. So what about technology? Oh, we learned lots of web tools. Yeah, definitely. Thank you. And what about technology in this time? Like, don't you feel that we have become really experts in social media? This is really clear. Most of us become really experts in this area. So we can say that, like, would you be like, would you be able to the stalk your how can I say, stalk your neighbors and the nephew to arrange a date, or would you be able to become a close the friends with the girl in the gym, or if you hand out the head out and also edit on your Instagram, and also would you be like able to know that exactly the shy girl the from school is actually a good photographer, and who was a the good sense of humor, and also would you be able to introduce yourself to possible in the future employers in your field, in your field, we can say. Let's look at other things here. What's good? What's good in what's good about social media? This is also the important point that I would like to mention here. So, a study on analysis, of advantages and disadvantages of use of social media in European Union shows, that the biggest advantage related to the use of social media is, exchange of information and communication. And you see here, the 97.7% of the respondents in European Union countries is a really huge number. And the second biggest advantage is sharing of data. Like 83.3% of the European respondents in European countries they share their data. Okay, so let's look at it. How can this is important, how can I use social media effectively? This is the really important part. I am sure you are, the better than me, in terms of the sharing selfies, or the posting your ideas. But I ask this question, in terms of your professional life, how can I use social media effectively? This is important. There are some rules I would like to mention here. Rule number one: have a growth mindset. This is really important. As you see here, there are two people, the heads here. There's a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. When you look in here, in the growth mindset part, my favorite three quotations are: the first one, I learned from feedback. This is really important. To get others' ideas, listen to other ideas. What do they say about you? What can you learn about them? Okay. And the second one is, I keep trying and never give up. All right. Okay. You do something, you have a kind of things to complete. You do it, you complete it, and maybe you can't complete it, you fail it, and or maybe you become unsuccessful of it. But don't give up. All right. Keep trying. And another one is, which is, as you see here, it's a kind of a, I'm inspired by other people's success. This is really also important. Read other success. Get inspired from them. Read what they have done, how they become successful, what did they do to become successful. They read their, life stories. That's also really important. Kind of a lifelong learning approach. These are really important. So another one that I would like to talk about, rule, as you see here, Become a media literate. This is also important. Media literate is also another important rule for me. And that it's this one is like the ability to access and analyze media messages as well as create, reflect, and take action, like using the power of information and communication to make a difference in the world. Here is it. This is also another important point. Be aware of when to collaborate and when to cooperate. Before that, I have a question. So, what's the difference between collaboration and cooperation? Can you write your ideas into the chat box, please? What's the difference between collaboration and cooperation? Mm-hmm. Cooperation is compromising on certain facts, yeah, whereas like collaboration is joint decision. That's a good point. Thank you very much. I'm waiting a little more, then I'll move. All right. Okay. So let's look here. And here is it. Like cooperation, as I mentioned here, is the fact of doing something together, to achieve a common, a common aim. And collaboration is what is it? It's kind of is the fact of working, with others to create something. When you look at here on the the table, like cooperative versus collaborative, as you see here on the chart, what is cooperation and what's collaboration? There are the differences and the common and different things are here. Like for cooperation, we have a mutual respect, and for collaboration, we need mutual trust. And for the cooperation, we share our goals, but in collaboration, we share a vision and values. That's also important. And with the cooperation, we are independent and dependent, and but with the collaborations, constant state of interdependency is important. And with the cooperation, we can say that we're sharing of ideas as a group, but with the collaboration, the generation of new ideas as a group. And also with the cooperation, engagement is important, but the collaboration, we can say empowerment, that takes place here. And what about in the next? I would like to also talk, mention that like, what are the 4 C's? 4 C's of the 21st century skills. Can you write into the chat box? What are the 4 C's of the 21st century skills? Okay, so all right, let me tell you then. So when we say collaboration is important, communication and critical thinking, and also creativity. These are the 21st 4 C's, as we all know about it. But when you think about it here, I would like to mention this one. which is important. Here is it, collaborate. This is also important. When you collaborate, you have to communicate to the other members of the group. And also, you also go through a critical thinking process by sharing your vision and values. And also, you create something new or better at the end. So when you see here, collaborate covers all these skills itself. So it really takes an important part in in this part. All right. So let's move to another ones. How should I start? How should I start? This is also important. How should I start? Choose the right platform. Where do your community dwell? So what platform you should choose? So which platform, when you get into, you can grow easily, or which platform is more user friendly for you or easy to use. Don't go like the complicated the platforms. Is the platform available all over the world, or the platform that you use or that you attend, it's only it works in your country, or it works in all over the world. That's important. And expand your network. This is really important. I can give some information about myself. Before pandemic started, I had I hadn't so much the relation or spending time for networking. But after the pandemic started, I have decided to do something to expand my network, and I started my the Instagram account, or then Facebook account, and YouTube, and all of them, and LinkedIn. These are really important platforms for your network. And now I have a really huge network about it, and it expands a lot. So to do this, how can I expand my network? This is important. Join online communities. Really, this is one of the most important things that you can do. Join online communities such as Teachers Connect. That's a really important community that you can join. ITFL, or other teachers community that you find useful. Because I give examples because of my the job as an English teacher, and so that's why all the community is related with my job. But you can find different communities which is related to your the area. And next one is find SIGs, which is special interest group related to your profession. Like for example, IITFL, just I mentioned, like which is International Association of the Teachers of English, as a foreign language communities association, is a very big community. In this part, I can find, for example, LAMSIG or MOLSIG, special interest groups like leadership and management special interest group, or material writing special interest group, or there are lots of special interest group you can find. And apply to work in joint projects across the world. This is also important. Yes, you should definitely, join some projects, not only, the national. Try to find and join international projects all over the world. So e-twinning platform is really great for this. You can have lots of projects, you can make lots of projects, and you can connect with other countries by the help of this e-twinning projects, and you can expand your network too, really. And another one is write comments or give feedback when possible for interaction. All right. When when you join some communities, or when you see some useful, for example, pictures, or for example, useful writings on online, write your comments, give feedbacks. Or when you read some blogs, write your comments, because the people who to share that blog, or people who give that, the picture to you, probably like to listen or like to hear your, the feedback about the things that they share over there, and foster your social presence. How can I foster my presence, social presence? This is also important. How can I do that? Participate in active social groups. Try to find the social groups and participate in them, and join their activities. Try to, become a leader of the activities. Always take some roles, okay, in that groups or activity. Develop negotiation skills. This is really important. Negotiation skills really important. It really helps you to communicate with others and acknowledge others. Share your ideas, give information, and post information. This is also important. If you find really useful information that you think that it will help to others, share it on your blog, on your, I don't know, Instagram account or LinkedIn account if you have it. Or if you don't have a LinkedIn account, as soon as possible, you should get one, LinkedIn account. And these are really important. And another one is be responsive. When people give you feedback, don't ignore them. Get them and listen them. And use inclusive language. That's also important. And express your emotions. The emotions really important. People before, before that, people, they were hesitating to express their emotions in the social, the area or in their network. But nowadays they do it. So don't hesitate or don't afraid of, to express your emotions in your shares or ideas. That's also important. And you see here the picture. It's not work if you love to do what you do. Yes, it is. Get back here. Okay, what if I cannot find the right community to join? Take courage, like me. I say like me because create and sustain your learning community. I just told you about the community that I created, like teacher, creative English on my Facebook. I created this really group, and when I started that, I only started with 100, the 100 the people were in my page. But right now I have more than 6,000 people following me on my page. I never give up. And for Instagram, also same, the creative English. And also, when I started, I was thinking that it's not gonna work, but now I have more than 4,000 people following me. And also in LinkedIn, for more than 2,000 people following me, and they listen. It's really great for my network. And use snowball approach or method. Like start with a micro collaboration. Start with a micro, and then it becomes, let it grow. Yeah, you start with the micro stage and let it grow. It will become more and more. Don't think that, okay, one day it's just a little, and then little by little it becomes, the bigger. And then, what can I say? Do lots of research and provide valuable content. This is also really important. And then focus on two-way conversation. Not only you, get some ideas from the opposite of you. And ensure individual accountability. That's also important. And let's come to my collaborative learning strategies. These are also my ideas. Here is it. The first one is positive interdependence. This is really important. Positive interdependence, like it's to collaborate with the people who have already succeeded, and accept help from them, and also try to provide some help to them. And also, you can find, or these are mine. I would like to also say that these are my collaborative learning, but you can also, to create your own strategies. And the next one is cooperative and social skills, like such as, what can I say, problem solving and active listening, or taking responsibilities, These are also important for cooperative and social skills. And flexibility. Remember, the growth mindset, the poster that I shared, the growth mindset, that's important. Be open to change, all right? And then next one, trust and open communication. This is transparency is important here. Be clear, okay? But mind the limits. The being clear means that, or being, the transparency, it doesn't mean that to give all the information, you share everything you have about yourself. Don't. Set your limits. And next one, innovation. Like, think out of the box. And use your own experiences and skills to add on what is already known. Don't discover the America again. There's a word like don't. I really like it. You don't need to. It's a kind of a Turkish word. You don't need to discover the America again, but go on exploring your field. And diversity. Diversity is another. This is another one. Diversity. Here is it. And respect other, the cultures. And all the other people who have different backgrounds. Don't forget. When like, for example, in your network you share something, or you want to talk about something, but you need to think, or you need to also respect the other cultures. Maybe the thing that you share, it's not good for other cultures, or maybe you think that you said it's not good for other cultures, or you need to also think about the people's background here. That's also another important point. Maybe their background is not, suitable, the things that you share, or there is something, you do about. Benefits of the collaborative learning. Now, here is another. We're almost coming to the end. So, benefits of collaborative learning. Collaborative learning, the compared with, the competitive and individualistic effort, has numerous benefits and typically results in higher achievement and greater productivity, and more caring, supportive, and commitment relationships, and greater psychological health and social competence and self-esteem. These are really important. These are really important. And also, I would like to say that before, and in this part, we came this conclusion, PD and well-being. These two terms is really important, and it may help you with your professional development and your well-being. Let's talk. Before finalize it, I can say that your voice may go unheard in this sometimes, but you may encounter the cyberbullying, or it may be difficult to find available the web tools or even the internet. But you may get shocked when you face some the cultural differences, but do not give up. Try to do your best and never hesitate. If you believe it works, go for it. And you can see my references here, and thank you very much for listening to me, and I hope I have explained my ideas about it.
Thank you very much, sir, for such a valuable deliberation and enriching ideas.
Thank you.
You spoke of collaborative work. You spoke of critical thinking, how to select the correct platform, how to foster ourselves in social and make our social presence with the fact of expressing our emotions makes the most vital presence. Yes, the snowball approach. If we bring this to life, we can change our collaborative work and networking system.
Definitely.
Positive interdependence, which will bring well-being. It was a great deliberation. Because of time constraint, there are few questions from the participants. I'll read
Sure.
out the questions. They have texted me the question. The first question is from Moshumi Ganguly, one of our student of Adams University of B.Ed. She writes, what are the strategies for promoting collaborative work during and crisis as well as post-crisis?
What are the cultures of professional collaboration and their origins and offerings? I see. Here is it. And your voice is really, not clear, so I can't understand the questions that you say. It's echoing.
Am I audible clearly now?
Now I can hear.
Okay. She writes, what are the cultures of professional collaboration, their origins and opponents?
Okay. So the origins, you mean?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we can I really hello.
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Is it possible to say the question again?
Yes, sir. I repeat. What are the cultures of professional collaboration? That is professional collaborative work. How does it originate?
I
And
see.
what are the factors which actually opposes such collaborative work? Then how to overcome those factors? How to overcome those factors which will actually help us to originate collaborative work?
Okay, so in this case, I can say that there is an teaching and individualism, like it takes important place here. And there is an article which I suggest you about it, so you can read it. So, which is like cultures of the professional cultures of professional collaboration. You can do it like by Hargreaves and Connor. You can read this one in detail, so you can get a lot of information about it. And so it gives you, there is an article, it's really important, cultures of professional collaboration. That's also important by Hargreaves and Connor. You can follow that one. It helps. What are the strategies for promoting collaborative work during and crisis as well as post-crisis? In this case, also we can say that the strategy that you can follow, listen to your promoting collaborative work during crisis as well as post-crisis. It's actually they are, you can follow and you can trust is really important for me in this collaborative working. We need to trust each other and we need to know what other people say and what other people do. We need to trust them and we need to collaborate with a good communication style. So we need to follow that. Hello? Hello?
So there is one more question. So there is one more question. That is, what are the
considerations for transactioning back in a post-pandemic era? Transactioning back, I see. When we think about this one, what can you say about it? In consideration, when we think about it, do we need to go back about it? I think pandemic can help us a lot in this case with technology and other things like pandemic, and it helped a lot the transactions back in the post-pandemic era. When we think about it, it helps with the technology and other the pandemics. The things, just go ahead.
So one last question, if you have time, if constraint is not the factor.
Sorry.
So one last question. So how can we motivate a fixed mindset to a growth mindset? How can we motivate an individual with a fixed mindset towards a growth
I see.
mindset?
Okay. So how can we motivate them? So that's a good question. So I would like to show you this one to you. This is really, the nice table of content. Here is it. Just a moment. And when you see it, when you see about it, normalize and struggle and challenge and encourage engagement and value mistakes. So these are important part for the individual stuff. Like here we can normalize the struggle, all right, and challenges too, of course, and also encourage the encouraged engagement. We need to encourage them to engage more with others, and also the value mistakes. So if they have a mistake, we need to value them. So the people can make mistakes. Well, don't ignore them. So give them a value, and also set smart goals to them. All right, to make them understand what's going on. Okay.
So thank you all the participants for your questions. You are requested to kindly fill up the feedback form provided in the chat box. Thank you, sir, for the admirable discussion. We have all acquired, assimilated, and retained a substantial knowledge from this session. We have now arrived at the penultimate page of today's motivational lecture. To begin with, I would like to thank Professor Samit Rai, the Chancellor of Adamas University, Dr. Dipendra Kumar Jha, Vice Chancellor of Adamas University, and for their continuous support. My heartiest gratitude to the convener of the session, Dr. Shaulu Mukherjee, Director of School of Education and Dean of Student Affairs, for her eternal supervision and assistance. My profound regards to Mr. Amal Shankar Ray, the coordinator of the session, assistant professor, head of the department, School of Education, for her endless encouragement and advice to all the respected dignitaries for their strenuous effort to make this session a grand success. I, Shilpa Sanha Roy, student of Semester 4 School of Education, on behalf of SOE Adamas University, once again wish to express our gratitude and ardent thanksgiving to our honorable resource person of this session, Mr. Volkan Einer, for his engrossing session and insights on networking and collaborative learning in the post-pandemic era. Just I missed out because of the internet connection. I want to announce, or rather, I want to remind that Mr. Volkan Einer is the luckiest last 50 teachers among more than 4,000 teachers from the Cambridge University Press Dedicated Teachers Award in 2019. To continue with, he is the proud winner of 2021, the biggest conglomeration of educators of the world. He is also the certified by AKS Educators as the most inspiring teacher of 2021. So he has got a series of awards. Getting a session from him was really enriching. He also is a session moderator of Teachers Talk in Instagram, where teachers from all around the world have talked about the teaching philosophy and coding involved and the strategies involved in teaching and learning process. He is also the owner of Creative English 18 Instagram page. He also owns a YouTube channel of Creative English. Mr. Einar, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I would like to also say thank you to especially Alamas University, the old people then who the work over there, and I would like to also thank you the people who joined this session. That was really wonderful for me, and that was really a great experience for me to be here. And I hope I explained my feelings and ideas clearly to you. But in some maybe the questions part, I couldn't understand. Maybe I hope that my answers are also satisfying with the questions. And I'm really honored. And I would like to say thank you one more time for having me here. So I'm really proud and thank you very much. Thank you.
Over to you, sir.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much,
Thank you
sir,
very much.
for dedicating this 1 hour time from your this precious time from your busy post schedule. I can understand you are in school. So thank you very much. Looking forward again for another session from you. It was really enriching and enlightening, sir. Thank you
Thank you
very
very
much,
much.
sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy your day. Bye bye.
With this, we come to the end of the session. So you can leave the meeting.
ডিপেন্ড করতে করতে মানে এমন ভাবে চলে গেছে না দাদা, মানে এখন আমার রাগ
স্টেট লাইন থেকে যখন কিছু হেল্প চায় না, আমার নিয়ে এসেছিল বোতলটা দেখে দয়া লাগে, জলটা খেতে পারি না।